a guest would like to know, what's the crop factor on Panasonic lenses?
Very good question, because we're talking in millimeters.
Maybe first of all, you need to explain what cropping really means in terms of photography.
We're talking about millimeters and all these different numbers. The crop factor, basically, the sensor is, well, if we think of a compact sensor, you can fit 8 of these sensors in here into a Micro Four Thirds sensor.
May I come in first? Cropping has to do with the benchmark, isn't it? That the analog film is considered as the benchmark, it's the standard, and from there on,
which is what I'm going to lead on to. Then 35mm, you can actually fit in 2 Micro Four Thirds sensors. So the 35mm standard film size is where we get the crop factor to. So it's basically half, in a way, half the size of a 35mm. Sensor. So when you
it has nothing to do with the lenses. It has rather to do with the sensor.
Yes, but because the lens mount fits the sensor, it's a lot smaller than, say, a 35mm, and an APS-C sensor, which is used on other cameras. If we look at the 12 to 35mm, if I was to measure this against a 35mm equivalent, then the focal range on this would be 24 to 70. So if I was a digital SLR user and with a 35mm sensor and I wanted an equivalent to this, I would be using a 24 to 70mm lens. It's the same focal length, but it's in Micro Four Thirds or digital SLM. It is half the size, but it's the same focal length.
So going back to the previous caller, this lens, this 45mm becomes a 90mm lens, which is a good solid portrait lens. So again, that's the difference.
And what comes with that as well, Patrice, is obviously the size. And a good one of showing you that equivalent is this. This is a 100 to 300mm lens. So I'm going to test you now. So in 35mm terms, what would that be? So if I have
that would be from a 200 to a 600.
Okay, so how big would that be? A lot bigger than that?
Well, far bigger than that.
Yes, exactly. So there's an answer there. It's half, it's compact.
So you just have to double the numbers pretty much. That's why we're saying like a 200 to 600.
Yep. And you've still got the same focal length. So, and not only that, the weight of that is a lot lighter than, say, the digital SLR equivalent.
So the correct answer would be like the crop factor is equal
2.
2, basically, half.
So pretty much, I guess that's your answer then.